at least the way I've seen you, you've been like an up and down guy. Like
Yeah.
great results, really bad results, whatever,
For
whatever.
sure.
But I think what we noticed was last summer you seem to have like more consistent success.
For sure.
What kind of changed for you going into that summer?
My approach to the game and my approach to the game and like my approach to myself.
You need some
Some
Pellegrino.
Pellegrino. Gotta give me some of that. My approach to the game changed completely. There was a time where I lost. I remember I lost in the first round of Santo Domingo 25K to Noah Schachter, who is a very good player. But I was up serving for the match at 5-2.
This man's shooting strays at everybody
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's what it's
No,
about.
I mean he knows. That was a turnaround for me. Like I played against him serving for the match 5-2 in the third, and I start full body cramping. And this may seem normal to you, but like for me, I've never full body cramped before. I'm in pretty decent shape. And
Normal to me? Why normal to me?
What? You should check. Damn, is it still raining outside?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you got me there. That's well played. That's well played. No, but so I was like, obviously I lost that match. I couldn't even serve. I lost at 5 in the third, and I'd lost in the first round the previous week. And I was like, man, this is going nowhere. I was dropping out of the top 1,000 in about 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, this is not going to end well for me. I ended up going back to LA, training with my coach at the time, Patrick Ayeni, and he had like just grueling fitness, grueling stuff. Like, and I was like, all right, physically I'm ready, but mentally I don't know if I am, and I started thinking about who I am as a player, like who I really am. And I think the biggest difference for me was once I started playing, I made a decision after that Santo Domingo tournament that the type of player that I am, I'm an aggressive player. I'm coming into the net. I'm hitting big serves. I'm hitting big returns. And I'm okay with losing that way. That was the most important thing for me, was that I needed to be okay with losing while playing in that way, in my identity as a tennis player. And I did lose. After that tournament, I went and I played.
I kept losing.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Yeah. Lost first round in France, lost first round in Spain. Then I went to Kazakhstan, lost first round in Kazakhstan. Actually, I lost 6-2, 6-0 first round in Kazakhstan. Then the second week, I also lost first round.
Fully committed to the identity?
Yep. And I'm like, I'm okay
Did that
with
test your like faith in the identity? Like, did you think,
big
were you
time,
second
yeah.
guessing if that's what you should be doing and stuff?
After the like 6th or 7th one, yeah, I was like, man, maybe this identity ain't for me.
Maybe it's the wrong identity.
Who am I?
I was struggling, man. But then the last loss, I was like, okay, now I'm getting closer, because I played the 4 seed in the 25K. This Japanese guy, I forgot his name, but good player. He had just come off of winning 2 15Ks in a row, and so he was kind of on a hot streak. I played against him, played terrible the first set. Came back from down 5-0, and I lost 6-3 or something like that. Second set, I came back from down 5-2 in the second set, won the second set 7-6, and then came back from down 4-0, came back all the way to 4-all in the third set, and then lost 6-4. And I was just, obviously that's a terrible, like, tough loss to take for anyone. But at the same time, I was thinking, this guy is winning futures. Like, he's winning every week. Like, this at the time, I think he was like 32 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, now I think I can have like sort of like a standing ground. I've proved myself against this guy. Then I played the Challenger the next week in Kazakhstan, and I had one of my good friends, Jay Clark, was there, and he's at the time was very well established, like top 200 in the world, very very good Challenger player, and I practiced with him a lot. And I was playing him, and he's not gonna be happy to hear this, but I was beating him, and I was like, wow, okay, this actually works, I'm just like, I'm hitting bombs and just coming forward, and it was working. I was like, okay, I can do this, And first round, I played a double specialist with absolutely no ranking. So all the pressure on me, obviously. I'm like, all right, this is the one guy where, probably rushing the net wouldn't work because he's seen that all the time.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit doubtful in my mind, but I still tried to do it. Sure enough, the guy's passing shots were just money that day. He ended up serving for the match. He had 6 or 7 match points. And I ended up finally pulling out. So I think it was 7-5 in the third or something like that. I
Take
barely
that and
won
run.
that one, yeah. And that's when it clicked for me. That's when things started changing. So I won that round. I qualified for the main draw. Won my first round 6-1, 6-0 in the main draw. And then I played Safalin, who I think is top 50 now in the quarters of the Wimbledon. Yeah. And I did lose. I think I lost 4-5. But I had a lot of opportunities in that match. And this is a guy who's very well established. I knew he was going to be top 100 at the time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going competitive with guys who are playing on tour. So I think that I have a good chance to make it with playing this type of style of tennis. So my dad called me after the match. He's like, hey, you got into Winnipeg. You sure you want to play it because you're in Kazakhstan right now? I'm like, say less. Let's do it.
You flew straight from Kazakhstan to Winnipeg?
From Kazakhstan that night at 2 a.m., flew to Winnipeg, played the next day against Mike Pervolarakis, Greek guy. Very, very good guy. Very nice guy. He was up 5-1 in the first set against me and had 7 set points. Again, I think I ended up pulling that one out. I won that match. I qualified for the main draw. I beat Michael Moe in the first round in straight sets by coming forward, by being the type of player that I envisioned for myself, and then beat Kyle Edmund in the second round. I lost a tight one to Evan in the quarters.
That's not what you said about him yesterday.
Great player.
Yesterday he's like, lost to some bum. Lost to some bum.
Shout out Izu.
Easy. Easy knows it's all love. Actually, I think I stayed at his house when I was a kid back in the day.
See that?
You a hater, though.
See what these people say about you?
Cut these cameras off, man.
So I lost to Evan. That was brutal. That was kind of heartbreaking for me, to be honest, because I really thought I could, do I thought I could win that tournament.
Yeah.
And in the moment, obviously, you think crazy things. And Evan was having a great week. I think he was just he was fathering all of the Kentucky players that week.
That was the week that he saved a bunch of match points against Drexel.
He saved a ton of match points against Liev.
Slapping backhand winners.
Fully lose. And I was up a break in the third against him as well, and he ended up winning that one. So I mean, that was a good week. But yeah, I made the quarterfinals, and I was like, things started clicking, and I qualified I think every week that I played that summer, and most of the weeks in the fall, all the weeks except for one. I think I might have set the record that year for most challenger qualifying wins. Yeah,
that's good.
Was like 22-1.
But it didn't. So it sounds like it didn't take you right away. Like as soon as you made a decision that that's your identity, it didn't take you right away to just change. It was like you had to commit to it, and then hopefully it paid off. And then it was I guess kind of a mixture of preparation and luck in a way, to play a double specialist in the first round qualies.
That was very lucky.
Yeah,
yes.
but then again, you got through it. You took care of business. You got through it. You were prepared, I guess, and then keep going.
So yeah.
What are those nights like? Let's say the 5th first round loss in a row. Thinking you're trying to do the right thing.
Are you trying to put the man into?
No, I'm just curious, because he's past it now. I hope. I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough right now because I've lost quite a few challenger matches in a row now, but they've all been against players. I lost to Giowitz and he ended up making semifinals. I lost to Schoolkate last week and he made semifinals. It's not like I'm losing to bums out here, you know what I mean?
Like Evan?
Like Evans. I'm playing. No, but so that, it's easier to swallow for sure. But at the time, when I was losing a lot of matches to guys that I didn't think I should lose to, those nights were tough. But I would always I wrote down, I still have the journal in there. I still do that after every match. I would write down 2 things that I did well in the match. I would write 2 things I did well and 1 thing that I needed to improve. So that way I would always kind of be looking for the positives in how I played, even if I lost. Like, oh, okay, well, I came forward. I stuck to my game plan. I came forward. Even though I didn't execute the volleys that well, but like I did keep the strategy, and I stayed calm. I didn't, no brackets broken today. Yeah,
that's a positive.
That's a positive. Like, we'll take it.
Those on the good list. Check.
Yeah.
Ask Jody about that.
That's the all me. That's the all me.
Yeah. So like trying to view things in a positive lens, because I mean I've struggled in the past, even like I think during the COVID year, when Cornell wasn't playing tennis at all, I lived in France that year, and in that year that was a really difficult year for me, and I was struggling a lot with mental issues, with like depression and stuff, and it was difficult for me to get out of that. I was losing a lot of matches. Obviously, I had a surgery on my wrist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was pretty brutal that year. But one thing that I learned from that is to kind of trying to frame things in a positive view, and like there's always going to be something, like some small thing. It might be the smallest thing possible, but there's something that you can take positive from every like negative situation. And finding that positive, the better you get at finding that positive, the less than the negative situation will affect you. So I kind of took that to the bank, and that's what I used when I was losing those matches. It was really, really rough. But I mean, even my parents will tell you, because we had a lot of talks, and I love my parents, but they definitely are happier when I'm winning a lot of matches than if I'm on a 7-match losing streak. So, and you can tell, the
conversation's a little bit different.
They sound a little prouder of you.
Yeah, exactly. So I was having conversation with my parents, and I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with losing this match. Like, I told them that. I'm like, I don't think I played the wrong way. I executed. Maybe I had some execution errors, but I think I played the right way. I just lost the match. They didn't like that at all, because I kept saying that every time I lost.
Sometimes.
Every time I lost, I would say the same thing. I played the right way. And they're like, obviously you're not playing the right way if you're still losing. But yeah, so it ended up paying off.